feds nabbing a suspected top 3 leader of the brutal MS-13 gang. Agents busting into his home in Virginia, where they found 3 firearms, ammo, 2 suppressors. Authorities say he's from El Salvador and in America illegally. Hey, Harold. Turns out all we needed was a new president to catch these bad guys in your face.
I just want to emphasize the pace and the focus. And so, no, these were not lists that were available in the previous administration because they wouldn't do that. I cannot emphasize enough the collaboration and support and leadership out of the new administration that is so different than what we saw in at least the previous 3 years of my administration.
And south of the border, DHS Secretary Noem did a house call to check on Venezuelan gang members Trump kicked out of the country. Christie coming face to face with the criminals and warning illegals out there this could be their new home soon.
I want to thank El Salvador and their president for their partnership with the United States of America to bring our terrorists here and to incarcerate them and have consequences for the violence that they have perpetuated in our communities. I also want everybody to know, if you come to our country illegally, this is one of the consequences you could face. First of all, do not come to our country illegally. You will be removed and you will...
Inmates are like, please come back. You're welcome here anytime. Jesse, you know what I love about that visit? She stood in front of criminals in their environment. Because usually Democrats, when they want you to see criminals, they're in court. Freshly bought shirt, clip-on tie, makeup over their teardrop tattoos, more as the remorseful suspect rather than in their own, soup of crime.
So this is a PR game for the people illegals here. So if you're an illegal and you're a criminal, that's where they're going to send you.
Exactly.
So she's basically saying, you want your head shaved, you want handcuffs, you want to sit in a jail cell with 90 bad hombres, self-deport. And you're right, I'm shocked there wasn't a prison break.
Yeah.
Because that's like a riot right there. I'm surprised if they could walk Tom Homan through that jail and you'd think he's hot at that point. But Christie, my God. So, Greg, we already had so many gangs here. We had Crips, you have Bloods, and then you have the Mafia, you have the Chinese guys and the Russians in Brooklyn. It's like we had enough already.
Yeah.
And at the height of the crime wave, 2021, 2022, Biden decides to let in 25,000 MS-13 guys. And imagine you're at the Border Patrol and you see a guy with face tattoos. And you catch and release him. And not only that, you give a guy with face tattoos a bus ticket to Manhattan. And then if he gets arrested in Manhattan, they don't even deport him.
Yeah.
They let him back out on the street. We always tried to impeach Joe for Hunter. They should have impeached him for the border.
Yeah.
Because that's really an impeachable offense. And they had all these FBI guys running around going after these Jan 6ers. Well, why? You should have been going after these guys. And what a waste of time, because Trump pardoned them all. So it's great to see these guys going after real crime, and that's what we need to get back to.
Judge, in a rare show of intelligence, Jesse makes a good point. Don't you love how Democrats only care about vetting criminals when they're leaving?
Yeah, they're way
Not when they're coming in.
Right, on their way out. You're absolutely right. In fact, I had an appointment today somewhere, and it doesn't matter where, but the person started crying. She was so worried that we were deporting people who maybe shouldn't be deported. And I said, if they have these tattoos that indicate they're Iraqi, shouldn't they be deported? Well, maybe they didn't mean it, and that's what we're dealing with. But look, here's the good news, Greg. I mean, one of the top 3 MS-13 gang leaders, okay, he's in this country for a while. He's living with his mother for at least 6, 8 months that we're aware of, with silencers, long guns, ammunition, the whole thing. So now the question is, what's going to happen to him? Is he going to be prosecuted? Is he going to be released by some judge who thinks that, we can't hold this guy, or is he going to be deported? And Christie Noem, to her credit, that messaging was excellent. You're going to come here, boys, and this is what's going to happen to you. And I think the issue now, given especially what's happened with Boasberg and the Circuit Court of Appeals, where they said that, we're going to keep we're not going to hold the temporary restraining order. Now this has to go to the Supreme Court to see if the White House can deport these people under the Aliens Enemies Act. So we're kind of in a holding pattern right now, but the message is clear.
Most viewers aren't aware, Harold, that you were once in a gang. And we've actually have makeup applied over your teardrop tattoos. So you're a little biased here. But how soon before your Dem allies demand we respect the right to due process for this character?
It's good to be back around the table. It's good to know you have not lost your sense of humor or fastball. I couldn't agree more with what's already been said. If President Biden and his team had focused more on the border, Jesse, I think you're right. Not only would it have been redounded to their benefit politically, as the judges noted, it would have been a good thing for the country. I hope they prosecute these guys. I hope they convict these guys, and I hope they send them to that jail.